Albie, get out of the tree. We gotta go to the vet. I didn't say climb higher. That's not, oh boy. Hello and good morning. It is vet day and I am going to take Lushka, Albie, and Moo to the vet. They're all out in the garden right now running around like crazy, so I have a churu. I'm going to hopefully try and capture them with, as you all know, the only power any human has ever had over any cat ever, churu. I was gonna try and take Leo and Luna too, but they already ran away. They came and ate and then they're back over the fence already. So I think I'm gonna have to like do a bit more planning with them. Oh, Moo! Moo! What are you doing, buddy? Do you want some churu? What are you looking so spooky for? What is it? Oh, there's Albie. What are you crazies doing? What are you little crazies doing? Was that a Lushka under there? Lushka? I see your little nose. You guys, it smells like poop back here. Huh? Probably because there's a giant pile of poop there. Oh, goodness. Is anyone interested in the churu? Albie? What is happening? Anyways, as I was saying, I think Leo and Luna are going to take a little bit more planning to get them in the bag, to get them to the vet. So I'm going to try them in a couple of days, but today I will take Albie, Lushka, and Moo. I can't look at them. Look how big Lushka's getting, you guys. He's a big boy now. Maybe instead of trying to force them in the bag, I'll just let them play around a little bit, and then when they're tired, they'll come in for food, and I will get them in the bag then. We don't have like an appointment or anything. Our vet is walk-in, so we can just kind of go whenever. I'm really thankful for that because I don't live on a schedule with them, so it's really nice just to be able to go to the vet when we need it. So we'll give them a little bit of time. We'll wait till they come inside, then we'll put them in the bag. And they'll still get some churu, of course. And, nope. Oh my goodness. Okay. Lushka's going in for it. Lushka, stop. I don't know why I tried to top. Okay. There we go. One is in, all right. 2 is in. Mamu? 3. Okay, it's in. I was worried there wouldn't be enough space for all 3 of them, but I think it might be okay. We're gonna try it this time, and then if there's not enough space for all 3 of them in the backpack, then next time I go to the vet, I'll make sure to bring the travel bag too. But for me, it's much easier just to have my backpack. All right, let's go. Okay, little mama, we'll be back. I love you. While we're on the walk down to the vet, let's talk about what's going on today. So Albie and Moo are going for rabies vaccinations, which completes their first round of vaccinations. I'm so excited. And Lushka is getting started today. Lushka hasn't been to the vet in maybe about a month or so, and he was still way too small to start his vaccinations then. But he's grown quite a bit over the last month, so I think it's time. I'm also going to ask the vet if they can trim Lushka and Albie's nails, because Lushka's nails are so sharp right now, and he's at that stage where like he's leading with his paws and his mouth. He doesn't realize that like he has sharp claws yet, and he's just digging into my skin when we're playing. I've tried to trim his nails myself and it did not go well, so I'm hoping that the vet can just do it today. Albie too needs a trim. Last time we got his nails trimmed, they did it at the vet, so hopefully they can just get that done today. I also want to ask about a timeline for getting Albie neutered and Moo spayed, although, you guys, I think Moo might be a boy. I don't know. I thought she was a girl initially, and then the past week or so, I'm like, I think Moo might be a boy. So we're gonna confirm today what gender Moo is. But I wanna make sure that I can stay on track with the timing for getting them sterilized as well. And then Lushka on track for his vaccines. So we'll get down to the vet, get everybody treated. Once we're done at the vet, I'll jump back on the camera and update you guys. Okay, oh gosh. Okay. Oh, Mamu. All right, guys. Oh my God. I need to regulate for 1 second. And then I'm gonna tell you guys what just happened at the vet. It was all so easy with one cat, you know? It was all so easy. So I'll start with Albie. Go to the vet, Albie is healthy. They gave him a vaccine, Albie is good. Lushka, I noticed had a little bit of like reddening in his eyelids, and I was like, okay, we're at the vet, I'll have him check it out. So the vet looks at him, he takes his temperature, he says, oh, Lushka's sick. And he's like, is he acting different? And I was like, no, he's eating. They were literally all just in the garden, like sprinting around playing. Like, he seems fine to me. But obviously he's running a temperature, he's got reddening in his eyelids. So they said that he is sick and he did not get any treatments today. We're gonna go back Tuesday, they're gonna check on him again. I asked if there was medicine I could give him, anything. And they just said no, because if he's not showing any other symptoms, it could just be like a little flu or something, just keep an eye on him. I said, does he need to be separated from Albie and Moo? And they said no. He is okay because they're all always together. If Albie and Moo are not sick, they're probably not gonna get sick now. Okay. And then Moo, first off, Moo is a boy. We learned that today, confirmed, Moo is a boy. Moo gets a vaccine today. I also noticed Moo was kind of like doing the weird thing with his ear, you know? And I looked in last night and I saw like there's a little bit of dried blood. So I figured while we were at the vet today, I would get that checked out. The vet brings this cool little tool out and looks in it and he's like, oh yeah, Moo was probably outside for a fair amount of time and maybe has like some ear mites or something that was left basically in the ear. He didn't see any bugs, but there was definitely like blood. So he gave Moo a little treatment in both ears. And as we're getting ready to leave, the vet says, hey, can you leave Moo outside of the backpack while you're walking home? Basically, we don't want either Albie or Lushka to like lick in his ear. Mila, please don't eat the kitten food. Mila, eat your food. And I go, okay, yeah, that's fine. I'll leave him outside of the bag while we're walking home. There's a pet shop attached to the vet, so I figured I would run up, grab Moo, like a little harness. I've got a leash in the bag already. I'll just like attach a leash to the bag. He can sit on top for the walk home. Also, I asked the vet about neutering all of them, and the vet told me that they need to be 6 months old for them to be neutered. But they recommend waiting until they're 1 year old, which like, okay, first off, no. I said, how early will you do it? Let me rephrase this question. And he said 4 or 5 months, basically after their rabies vaccination, they can get neutered. So I'm going to request that they get neutered then, or find another vet that will do it for me. But 1 year? No wonder there's a stray cat problem. What the, okay, I'm getting off track. I'm really frazzled. So I need to buy Moo a harness. I go up to the pet shop that's attached to the vet, and I'm looking and they've got like loads of dog harnesses. So I asked the person who's working there, and God love her, she's so nice, but she speaks really limited English. I said, do you have a harness for a cat? I don't see one. And she said, no, but she pointed me to a very small, like a Chihuahua sized dog harness. And I'm like, all right, we'll get around it. Let's take the Chihuahua harness. She goes to ring the harness up and it doesn't scan, right? The product doesn't scan. So she's like, hold on 1 second. She calls, you know, her boss or whatever. And she's talking for like a while. And she goes, I'm sorry, I can't sell you this. We don't know the price. And I'm like, okay. And there's no other option. Like the harnesses are big. Like it wouldn't even be, she would slip out of it immediately. Or he would slip out of it immediately, right? So I'm like, okay, here are my options. I can sit in the vet and wait 20 minutes or whatever. Moo is already squirmy. There's a lot of animals in here. I can tell he's scared. There's a lot of dogs. So I'm like, I don't even think that's an option. I could take a taxi. Taxis here are really specific though about loose animals. They don't really like animals that much here anyways. So like already having them in the car is already kind of like a whole thing. But the fact if they're not contained, they won't take you. So I'm like, that's out. So I walk the 20 minutes uphill, mind you, home with Moo on the bag, and I'm just holding him as tight as I can. This isn't dangerous. This isn't dangerous at all. And I'm just exhausted. Lushka's sick, which how could that even happen? Like he's inside all of the time. Like I guess he goes out sometimes, but they won't neuter them for a year? Like, I don't know how to do any of this. I don't have any experience. I don't know anything. I'm relying on vet care that sometimes is very good. I feel like sometimes the vets there are very competent. Sometimes I feel like I just get like a loose guy and I'm like, what are your qualifications, you know? And it's been a long couple of months with this. And the road is just long in the future. And it is a joy. Like I feel so grateful and honored to be able to care for these animals and have them in my life. I genuinely do. Like, my panic attack disorder has not been flaring up as much. I haven't been having as much anxiety. I feel like having something to channel all of my energy into is really helpful. But my God, if it's just not exhausting, like I said, there's so many benefits, and I'm so thankful to be able to do this. And like I said, honored, truly honored to be able to do this with these cats. But some days are tougher than others. And I think today is just a bit of a tough day. The good news is, guys, it's like our vet bill was totally free today because of you all. Because of you all. And I want to give a shout out to Saskia for paying for an FELV vaccine, and Elizabeth for also paying for an FELV vaccine. Because of you guys, like I said, our vet visit was totally free. And that is a massive relief. I guess while we're here, let's give an update on the fundraiser. We have raised $1,800. These beautiful animals. I'm estimating it's going to cost about $400 a piece to get them all flea and tick medication, dewormed, vaccinated, spayed or neutered, and ready for international adoption. If you have a little extra and you feel called to donate, go ahead and click on the link in the description. If you still want to help us but can't support us monetarily, go ahead and subscribe to our channel, watch our videos all the way through, like, comment, share, turn on notifications, all that YouTube stuff. My goal is to find all of these animals loving homes. And they do deserve that. They all really do. A year for a neuter is, oh God, what? Okay, all right, we'll check back in later. I believe it's called synchronized grooming. It's a few days later. I was feeling pretty down after that vet visit. Felt like I'm just fighting a losing battle, but things are looking up. First and foremost, Lushka is feeling much better. The last few days he was sleeping pretty heavily, but this morning he woke up, he's playing, eating, drinking water, going to the bathroom. He seems to be near 100% again, which is a massive relief. The second good thing, none of the other cats seem to be affected by his sickness at all. Moo is fine, Albie's fine, Mila's fine. Nobody else showing any signs of sickness. That is great news. Moo's ear seems to be doing much better too. He's not, doing this weird thing with his ear at all. And when I got a look inside, I didn't see any blood anymore. So it looks like his ear is doing much better. Another good thing, cats love the only food I've been feeding the kittens since they came into my life is restocked again in Tirana, and I can finally buy it in bulk instead of having to go around to all of the pet shops and buying like 1 can or 2 cans. I was able to buy 10 cans today, which is enough food for a week and a half for the kittens. And I want to give a shout out to Arena, who has actually paid for 2 weeks worth of the kittens' food. Today, I bought 2 weeks worth of the kittens' food. I cannot thank you enough. Keeping everyone fed nutritionally dense food is truly my largest expense in this whole operation. So those donations go a long, long way to keeping everybody's bellies full. The more I thought about that vet interaction, the more I realized I was actually speaking to maybe like a vet tech. I wasn't speaking to one of the surgeons there, because the surgeons and then the regular vets, they have different colored scrubs. And this guy wasn't wearing the color scrubs that the surgeons have. Any interaction I've had with one of the vet surgeons has been really good. They seem to be really knowledgeable. Obviously, they probably have much more schooling than the people who are the vets there. But my interactions with like their regular vets have been pretty varied. So I think what I need to do is just understand like when the vet surgeons are working at the clinic and only go during those times. The vet surgeons just seem to be like a little more sympathetic to the cause and a little bit more understanding about us doing like international adoption versus the animals thing in Albania. And while I feel like waiting till a year to spay or neuter an animal is dangerous and absurd, in my humble opinion, I can't change or control what they're teaching in the schools here. I can only control my own actions, and what I can do is visit the vet at a time where the vet surgeons, the people who are more knowledgeable, are working to make sure I am getting the best care for these animals possible. Next episode, let's go on ahead and do a Q&A. We have a lot of new friends right now, and I was thinking it might be a good time for us to answer some questions. So go on ahead and drop any questions that you have for us in the comments. I'll also make a post about it too. People can drop their questions there as well. Okay, goodbye, Albie. Okay, well maybe Moo will be in the outro. Moo will be in the outro, right? Okay, friends, I think that's all for this time. Thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, nobody wants to be in the outro. Do you want to be in the outro, Orange? Thanks for watching, y'all. Please subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you really soon. Bye. Say goodbye, Luchki. Say goodbye, Mamu.